Welcome to Big Day of Giving 2022. Note that in the side chat bar you will see that we've dropped some helpful links to things such as the registration page, the 2022 calendar, the Nonprofit Resource Toolkit, and the links to the slides for this presentation as well as the transcript. A shout out to Davis Phoenix Collection who shared this picture from Big Day of Giving 2021 on their Facebook page. Before we begin, we wanted to make it clear that this orientation is specifically for new organizations and/or new team captains of returning organizations. All are welcome to watch it, but there is an orientation available for team captains and staff who have participated in Big Day of Giving in years past and might not need the same level of information. We want to thank Western Health Advantage, who has come back again as our lead sponsor. We are so grateful for all they do to help make Big Day of Giving possible. Only with the help of community partners like them are we able to facilitate this region-wide philanthropic effort each year, so thank you so much to their team. I'm Monica Hallman, Program Manager, here with my colleague Vasey Koman, Marketing Director, and we will be your guides through today's presentation as well as your contacts on the Big Day of Giving team at the Sacramento Region Community Foundation, the organization that coordinates Big Day of Giving.
So first, a little bit about us. The Sacramento Region Community Foundation is a local nonprofit that has run Big Day of Giving for 9 years as part of our initiative to strengthen the capital area by strengthening our nonprofit sector. We do that by supporting local nonprofits to be most effective and by working with individuals, families, and businesses to grow their charitable giving and the impact of their philanthropy in the Sacramento region so we can all live in a more vibrant and equitable community. To learn more about our philanthropic services, including nonprofit endowments, our community leadership initiatives, and to register to be alerted of future grant opportunities that might be relevant to your work, I invite you to visit our website. So in a nutshell, Big Day of Giving is a once annual 24-hour online giving event spanning El Dorado, Placer, Sacramento, and Yolo counties that empowers local people to support local nonprofits via one easy-to-use website. Donations made on the website are tallied in real time, creating an energy and an excitement that spurs generosity and community pride. Big Day of Giving 2022 will run from midnight to 11:59 p.m. on Thursday, May 5th. Though some features will be available in advance of May 5th, the fun and excitement is truly laser focused on that actual 24-hour giving day. So between now and then, organizations like yours that choose to participate will build or update their profiles on Giving Edge, which is the Big Day of Giving website. Having all of those profiles in one searchable place makes it easy for donors to discover and give to local causes all in one centralized hub on May 5th. Now we rally the community to give on Big Day of Giving by working in tandem. At the foundation, we execute a marketing campaign that spans the region. We also provide partners a marketing toolkit and relevant training opportunities so you can build excitement with your audiences too. And that's how we both encourage folks to give on Big Day of Giving. It's a strategy that's worked. Over the past 9 years, thanks to your work and local donors' generosity, our community has raised $65 million for over 700 local nonprofits during Big Day of Giving, and 2021 was the biggest yet. It was a super inspiring and incredible 24 hours. And if you'd like to learn more about Big Day of Giving 2021 or any of our past giving days, please look for our annual post-event reports on the website. But participating in Big Day of Giving is about more than those aggregate headline numbers. For you and for your organization, it's an important opportunity to raise unrestricted funds, of course. It's also an opportunity to build your organization's capacity in other ways, especially if you take advantage of the resources and trainings we offer. You can strengthen your donor relations, your board engagement, and your storytelling and marketing skills. It's also an opportunity to meet and collaborate with staff and volunteers from other organizations, to build ties and community within our sector by connecting with one another. It's also an opportunity to connect with your donors and engage new ones, because Big Day of Giving is about putting nonprofits front and center in our region. So your work is elevated during those 24 hours and throughout the rest of the year too. We also want to take a moment to clarify the difference between Giving Edge and Big Day of Giving, because we know, especially for folks who are new to the program, it can be a little unclear. So Giving Edge is the year-round website and community resource where people can learn about and donate to nonprofits that serve the Sacramento region. Your organization's profile that you create or update lives on Giving Edge year-round, and you use your Giving Edge account to update the public information about your organization on its profile, to collect donations, and to manage your donor information. So Giving Edge is the website that hosts and powers Big Day of Giving. Big Day of Giving is our region's annual 24-hour fundraising event. And to give during Big Day of Giving, donors will use the Giving Edge website. So here's where people can get confused. Giving Edge is accessible at both bigdayofgiving.org and givingedge.org. Both of those URLs take you to Giving Edge. They take you to the same place. It's the website. The main one that people use is bigdayofgiving.org, which is absolutely fine. It's definitely the better known brand. But just so you know, when Monica and I say Giving Edge, we're talking about the website. When we say Big Day of Giving, we're talking about the Giving Day or the training that leads up to it.
So how do you register? The deadline to register for BDOG 2022 is January 10th, and we will go over what that entails here. In order to be eligible to participate, organizations must be a 501c3 nonprofit in good standing with the IRS and the state of California that is based and served the residents of El Dorado, Placer, Sacramento, and/or Yolo counties. We also require that organizations have at least 2 years of financials with either a 990, a 990EZ, or a 990N. Those who file 990Ns will be required to complete additional financial statement forms that we will provide due to the fact that 990N tax documents do not provide as much information. We do allow fiscal sponsorships as long as the sponsoring organization meets all of the same financial criteria. If you're not sure about your fiscal sponsor, just ask. Organizations that are not eligible to participate include schools, school affiliate groups, houses of worship, governmental organizations, private foundations, support organizations, and public safety organizations. Again, if you aren't sure if you are eligible, just ask and we are happy to help. If your organization already has a Giving Edge account, to register for Big Day of Giving 2022, visit bigdayofgiving.org/BDOG2022 and click Register. Fill out the registration form and pay your organization's registration fee. Then start working on your Giving Edge profile edits and submit them for approval. Note the deadline for registration is January 10th, and the deadline to submit your initial profile edits is January 31st. If your organization does not yet have a Giving Edge account, you first must request to be approved for one. Visit bigdayofgiving.org and scroll down to where you see it says Build a Profile for your organization. There will be a button that says Build. Once you click on that and are taken to the new page, click Request a Profile and fill out the form. After we have determined that you are eligible for a Giving Edge profile, we will contact you with your new account and instructions on how to access it. Once you have done that, visit bigdayofgiving.org/BDOG2022, click Register, fill out the form, and pay your organization's registration fee, and start working on your Giving Edge profile edits. Note that the deadlines are the same as those with Giving Edge accounts. As we mentioned, when you register, you will be prompted for a registration fee. These fees help us manage the fundraising event and website, as well as provide trainings, networking events, and resources to organizations participating in Big Day of Giving. Registration fee amounts are on a sliding scale based on the size of your organization's annual budget. Thanks to the Chat Center for sending us this sweet photo. During registration, you will also be asked to assign a team captain for your organization. This person will be the main contact for us for your organization. Other responsibilities of the team captain include staying up to date with important changes, deadlines, and upcoming events via the BARC and the Facebook Learning Community, links to which are in the side chat bar, keeping the rest of your organization informed on important information, and leading your organization's BDOG 2022 campaign. Because there are hundreds of organizations that participate in Big Day of Giving, and because we're a very small team, these team captains allow us to more efficiently communicate with those who are participating instead of having to contact multiple people at each organization. We will now take a few minutes to explore the Giving Edge dashboard to help give you some familiarity with it before you log in. Although you may not be familiar with our previous platform, we have just made the move to a new technology platform for Giving Edge and consequently Big Day of Giving. It's called Mighty Cause. It's a very exciting transition, and it will allow for many new opportunities, but it also means that we're still becoming familiar with the platforms ourselves, updating old materials to reflect new changes, and so on. We appreciate your patience in advance and welcome your feedback so that way we can continue to make Giving Edge as user-friendly as possible. Need more help navigating the new system? Fear not. In addition to the normal resources and boot camps that we provide, we will have a training in November to walk you through everything on the new dashboard, as well as additional trainings next spring to help answer all of your questions about using the platform for Big Day of Giving. All of these will be recorded and shared in the nonprofit resource page after they occur. Our Giving Edge coaches, Jessica and Morgan, will review your edits as you submit them for approval and will contact your organization's team captain if additional changes or updates are needed. They are also available for one-on-one check-ins in December and January if you're having trouble creating your profile. Okay, we now want to take you through a quick tour of the platform, but we encourage you to explore it yourself once you're able to log in. Also remember that we will have a training in November that we will walk you through the platform more thoroughly during. If your organization is new to Giving Edge, we will give you instructions on how to log in when you have been approved for a profile. If you're a new user to an organization that already has a Giving Edge account, ask a colleague who already has access to your profile to add you as a user, or email us at bdog@sacregcf.org and we will help get you access. Once you log in, you should be able to click on your nonprofit user icon in the top right-hand corner and see your organization's name listed under Organization. Once you click on it, you will be taken to your nonprofit dashboard. On the right-hand side of your main dashboard here, you will see all of the announcements that we post that have important information. You will also see an announcement that has a link to the Nonprofit Resource Toolkit that includes things like the user guide, the mentor search, and other materials that will help you along your way. You can collapse it with the arrow up here or reopen it by clicking Show Announcements. Once you have completed your registration form and paid your fees, you will see that it will say that your registration is pending. Once you have completed all items on your to-do list, it will say that your registration is approved. At the top corner, you will see that a to-do list with all the things that you still need to complete in order to participate in Big Day of Giving, including filling out your profile and submitting your organization's profile for review. If you see a red dot next to the to-do list, it means that there are still items that are not complete. If you click on the item, it will take you directly to where that item needs to be completed. Use the left-hand dashboard to navigate the back end of the site. On the overview page, you will see some basic metrics about your profile, including recent donations, profile views, and shares that you can add or remove from your dashboard. Click the organization page to edit your nonprofit's Giving Edge profile. When editing your profile, you will see this edit toggle in the top right-hand corner, which you can turn on and off to switch in between editing your profile and seeing your public profile view. You will see these pencil icons and plus icons that will allow you to edit different parts of your profile. Make sure when you click edit and make a change that you save it, you click save afterwards in order to save your changes. Once you make and save edits on your profile, they will be viewable publicly, but we will be reviewing all edits made and will notify you if there's something that requires additional editing. Our Giving Edge coaches will also review your profile before it's marked officially with the Reviewed by the Sacramento Region Community Foundation badge. And your profile must be submitted for review by the deadlines that I mentioned earlier to participate in Big Day of Giving. We are currently onboarding our Giving Edge coaches to the new system, which is why, depending on when you're watching this recording, the Submit for Profile Review feature may not be active. When it is, just click Request Content Review and Badge button once you have completed all the items on your to-do list, and it will alert the Giving Edge coaches that your profile is ready and your changes will be added to their queue to review. Back in the dashboard under Fundraising Tools, you'll find all the tools to build peer-to-peer pages and templates to share with your supporters, get code to embed donation buttons on your website, add matching grants, and create volunteer opportunities associated with your organization. If you're new to Big Day of Giving or online fundraising, don't worry about conquering these tools just yet, but they are available if you're interested in poking around. Please note that some of the features are marked advanced and grayed out. These tools are available through monthly or annual paid plans with Mighty Cause, our technology provider platform. And there are a few others listed under integrations. You may find these tools useful, but these features are not required to run a successful Big Day of Giving campaign. To use them, your organization will need to set up a plan with Mighty Cause. The foundation is not involved with this transaction, and for the sake of full transparency, does not benefit from the purchase of advanced features or paid plans. We are, however, very grateful for the Mighty Cause team for graciously agreeing to offer volunteer opportunities, Google Analytics, and Facebook Pixel integrations to nonprofits with the Giving Edge profiles at no cost. If your organization has participated in Big Day of Giving before, under Reports, you will be able to see all of your past donors. When new donations are made to your Giving Edge profile, they will also be listed there, and you'll receive an email notification as well. Under the checkout page, you will be able to customize some of the language donors see on your donation form, thank you page, and the email donation receipt. Under Settings, you're able to change your URL, set your leadership demographics, manage your users who have access to your nonprofit's profile, and edit the recipient of your Big Day of Giving e-check, set what appears when your profile is shared on social media, and more. We know this is a lot to take in and that it can be overwhelming, but we want to reassure you that you're not required to use all of these features, especially if this is your first year. Click around and do some exploring, but you definitely do not have to implement all of these tools to be successful in Big Day of Giving. As we noted earlier, if you're working on your Giving Edge profile edits early on in the registration period, you might not see the button to submit your edits for review, but this is what it will look like. Once you click that gray button and your edits are reviewed, a Giving Edge coach will reach out to you if they have any additional changes that need to be made, or you will be notified that your profile and registration are complete. And you will then see a badge on your profile that says it has been reviewed by the Sacramento Region Community Foundation. Although the deadline to complete your to-do list and submit your initial edits for review is January 31st, we want to encourage you to do this as early as possible. Submitting your nonprofit's Giving Edge profile early helps give the Giving Edge coaches more time to review your profile and provide you faster feedback to help you with your edits. To encourage organizations to submit their profiles early, we have the Early Dog Prize. Early Dog Prize is awarded to 10 organizations who submit their profiles by January 10th. Note that this is the same day that registration closes, but 3 weeks before you officially have to submit your profile edits to register for Big Day of Giving. All organizations that submit their profile edits fully complete to the best of their ability by this early deadline will be entered into the drawing. Winners will receive $500 prize toward their BDOG campaign. Because updating and creating your Giving Edge profile are a required part of participating in Big Day of Giving, you will want to make sure that you pay attention to these important deadlines. January 10th is the deadline to submit your initial edits if you want to be eligible for the Early Dog drawing. January 31st is the final day to submit your initial profile edits. And April 4th is the deadline to have your profile complete with all of the edits finalized that Giving Edge profile coaches tell you to make. All of these dates and deadlines are included in the Big Day of Giving calendar and will be emailed to you again and again in the BARC e-newsletter. We know that all of this information can be a lot, but we want to encourage you to take advantage of the resources available to you as a BDOG participant, and to most importantly set realistic expectations for your first time participating. There are also many important non-monetary ways to be successful on Big Day of Giving. Maybe that means you're engaging with new donors or increasing your social media presence. BDOG is about more than just the money you raised. Big Day of Giving can be a great way to build your fundraising tools, but it also takes time and donor cultivation. It is important to assess your staff, volunteer, or if you're a one-person show, your individual capacity when deciding how much you can take on when setting goals for your BDOG campaign. There are many resources available to help you if you're struggling or don't know where to begin. Make sure you take advantage of them. Before we do anything else, we want to highlight these key resources, which we'll refer to again and again, and which contain all of the information that we're covering here and more. Look for the user guide and the 8-week work plan in addition to the marketing toolkit and other resources in the nonprofit resource toolkit that are linked in the announcement menu on your Giving Edge dashboard and here in the side chat bar. Other resources that you can find in the nonprofit toolkit include the BARC e-newsletter, which is the official Big Day of Giving e-newsletter for nonprofit participants and supporters that includes important information about BDOG opportunities and deadlines. Please make sure that at the very least your organization's team captain is signed up to receive this to make sure that they are in the loop. The Facebook Learning Community is a space for you to ask questions, get tips, updates and answers from other participants and the BDOG team. In the toolkit, you will also find a link to the mentor search. The BDOG mentors are experienced fundraisers and past BDOG participants who are passionate about helping other fundraisers succeed. In the mentor search, you can find their emails and reach out to them individually. They will also be hosting a series of mentor coffee chats from January to April on a variety of different topics, also providing you a chance to ask them any questions in a group setting. We encourage you to reach out to them. In the BDOG calendar found in the toolkit, you'll also find links to join the Q&A hours, which the BDOG team hosts throughout the months leading up to May 5th to answer questions that you have about participation. In the calendar, you will also find details about boot camps, which are 4 separate training sessions held each week of February to strengthen your organization's donor engagement and development, board engagement, marketing, and partnerships and collaboration skills. These trainings are led by topic experts. This year, we hope to be able to hold the boot camps as a hybrid model with an in-person session held at KVIE in Sacramento that is also live streamed. However, we will continue to monitor what is safe to do so and may resort to making all of them virtual. If safe to meet in person, we will also be hosting a monthly happy hour networking event every month between January and April to give you a chance to connect with other local nonprofits. We will also hold additional platform trainings to help get you comfortable with navigating the platform using different features and making sure you know everything you need to know by May 5th. Finally, as we mentioned before, the Giving Edge coaches will be available for one-on-one office hours in December and January, and you can find the user guide and the 8-week work plan in the Nonprofit Resource Toolkit as well.
In addition to all those resources, you also have access to the Big Day of Giving Marketing Toolkit, your one-stop shop for turnkey items to help you promote your participation in Big Day of Giving to your audiences. Available now are the Big Day of Giving 2022 logos, as well as a few save the date graphics. In 2022, we will have a full library of marketing materials, including social media graphics, non-English graphics, customizable social media graphics, and print media files, templates for social media and email messages, and much more. If there's something you'd like to see in the marketing toolkit, please email us and let us know. We're happy to provide it if we can.
We will now talk briefly about different types of donations, as well as a variety of donor engagement features that are available through Giving Edge. You can receive and track donations made during Big Day of Giving to count towards your total raised in a number of ways. To start off, for Big Day of Giving, donors can make gifts through the website at bigdayofgiving.org and givingedge.org. Donors can make gifts towards your campaign beginning with early giving on April 21st through midnight on May 5th. The minimum donation size is $15, and the website accepts all major credit cards. Gifts made through the website are subject to a 5.2% fee for security and processing. However, donors are offered the option to help offset the cost of these fees by increasing their donation this percentage. And we found consistently over the years that they do by an overwhelming majority. As you can see, in 2021, 78% of donors chose to increase their donations to help offset the cost of fees. You can also report any offline gifts that you received during Big Day of Giving. Offline gifts are any gifts made outside of Giving Edge, including checks, cash, or donations made through other websites. We will have more information on how to enter these gifts to count towards your total raised as Big Day of Giving approaches. Finally, fund holders at the Sacramento Region Community Foundation and the YOLO Community Foundation can make gifts directly from their charitable funds to support your Big Day of Giving campaign, which are counted in your totals as well. Giving Edge also offers a variety of different donor engagement tools. Before we introduce these, we want to say again that this is not required for you to use any of these features if you do not have the capacity to coordinate them, but they are available to you if you want. Think of it as a menu of choices. Matching funds are when one of your close supporters or partners pledges to match any donations you receive up to a certain amount. It is a great incentive for donors to know that their gifts will be doubled or more when they make a gift to your nonprofit. Peer-to-peer campaigns, or fundraising pages as we call them, are an opportunity for your supporters to fundraise on your behalf. People often get confused by the term, but if you have ever participated in a jogathon or a Facebook birthday fundraiser, you have participated in peer-to-peer campaign. Essentially, it's a fancy term for an individual setting a fundraising goal and asking their personal network to donate on your behalf. There will be trainings in March to review how to create these pages on the website. Finally, throughout the day on May 5th, there will be a variety of prizes awarded for different criteria. We will announce a complete list of the prizes in early spring, but you can start working on winning the early dog prize now. We will now briefly cover what the timeline will look like between now and May. To begin, you will want to make sure that you head to the Nonprofit Resource Toolkit and bookmark the BDOG 2022 calendar, which has all of the important dates, deadlines, and links that you need to participate in BDOG events. We will be going through what will be happening and what we suggest you work on leading up to May 5th. Although we recommend attending as many events as possible and using these items to guide your work, only the items in red are required for participation. So between now and January, you will obviously want to make sure that you are registered for Big Day of Giving and that you submitted your initial Giving Edge profile edits for review. We also recommend that you start making a list of your current donors and engaging your social media audience if this is not something you already do. Although there are opportunities to solicit new donors on Big Day of Giving, your existing donors and supporters are an important part of your fundraising. You want to make sure that they hear from you more than just once a year to ask for donations. If you plan to hold some type of Giving Tuesday campaign, we recommend capturing those donors and continuing to engage with them through a variety of different mediums throughout the months leading up to Big Day of Giving. We also have Q&A hours and Giving Edge office hours, mentor coffee chats, and happy hours to provide you with an opportunity to ask questions, connect, and learn from others. Remember, if you don't know where to begin, there are a lot of resources to turn to. After you submit your initial profile edits, your Giving Edge coach should reach out to you if there are any follow-up edits that they suggest or require that you make to your profile. If a coach reaches out to you, make sure that you are timely in responding to make sure that they are able to efficiently help you with any questions you might have. We will also continue to have Q&A hours, mentor coffee chats, and happy hours every month through April if you need help or want to learn or connect with others. As we mentioned earlier, we will also have 4 boot camps each week of February on different topics. They are not required but are highly recommended. This is around the time that you will also want to start beginning to think about how you plan to engage with your supporters and community to get them excited about your participation in Big Day of Giving. You can also consider reaching out to close partners and supporters to solicit matching funds. But again, this is only if you have the capacity to handle it. You can still run a very successful campaign without the use of matching funds. In March, you will also want to make sure that you're finishing up making all of the edits that are required for your Giving Edge profile, as they need to be done by April 4th to continue participating in Big Day of Giving 2022. You will also want to make sure that you start looking at the 8-week work plan, which is a helpful tool to use in March and April to strategize for your BDOG in the 2 months leading up to May 5th. Part of the reason BDOG is so powerful is because of the time-limited giving window that it creates a sense of urgency for people who support your work in the community, and the work plan helps you use that to your organization's advantage. You will also want to start reminding your board that Big Day of Giving is approaching and consider having them commit to an individual development plan, or IDP, which is a way for them to figure out how they can help support your organization be successful on Big Day of Giving. You can find a template for the IDP in the Nonprofit Resource Toolkit. In April, you will want to continue to follow the 8-week work plan and use it as your guide for planning your donor engagement leading up to Big Day of Giving. You will also want to remind your donors that they can donate early starting on April 21st. You can also encourage your staff, board members, and volunteers and donors to create fundraising pages, but remember this is an optional feature and not required to run a successful campaign. Before May 5th, you will also want to make sure that you have a contingency plan in place if anything were to not go as planned. We are fully confident in our platform, but sometimes things go wrong. Technology fails, weather can cancel events, or, global pandemics can occur and foil our well thought out plans. We want to make sure that we have a backup plan to redirect donors and supporters in case things change. We will have a guide to contingency planning for the day available in the Nonprofit Resource Toolkit. You will also want to make sure that you send out last-minute reminders and get lots of rest. But the main thing that you should remember to do is have fun. Big Day of Giving is a fun day where our community comes together to celebrate and uplift the important work that your organization does for the community. And don't forget to also celebrate your hard work after the day. You've earned it. Then thank everyone who supported your campaign with donations, with time, energy, expertise, and more. Finally, you will want to make sure that you keep an eye out for the e-check that will be sent to you no later than June 30th. The foundation uses e-checks to distribute the money that you made on BDOG. E-checks are safe and secure and allow us to compile all of your donations, prizes, and additional incentive money you received during Big Day of Giving and send them efficiently in one check. You tell us who you want on your team to receive the e-check by submitting the email through the setting area on your back end of Giving Edge. Then, when the e-check is ready, that person will receive an email with a link to open the check. Once you do, you can print it and deposit it as you would a normal check. If you have any questions about this, check the FAQs linked to in the user guide. While we work to get funds out to you as fast as possible, remember that you will have this no later than June 30th, 2022. Before we close for the day, we have some final tips, thoughts, and reminders to share. Some final reminders and important dates to remember. January 10th is the last day to register for Big Day of Giving 2022. January 31st is the deadline to submit your initial profile edits, although we recommend you do them early and maybe even win a prize if you submit them for Early Dog. April 4th is the deadline to complete all of your required Giving Edge edits. April 21st is the first day that donors can start making early gifts. And of course, May 5th is Big Day of Giving. Make sure you check out the full list of the BDOG calendar with details and registration links in the Nonprofit Resource Toolkit. And a shout out to Shep Heroes for sharing this image of their BDOG dogs during Big Day of Giving 2021. Before we end orientation, we want to ask that you help us make Big Day of Giving 2022 as responsive as possible by completing a short survey. This will help us organize trainings and boot camp content to be as responsive to your needs, as well as get a sense of who would like more time with mentors and how many Big Day of Giving lawn signs everyone may want this year. You can find the survey link in the chat bar next to this recorded video and also in the registration form. We also wanted to reiterate, as there is confusion about this every year, that Giving Edge is a year-round resource where donors can learn and donate to nonprofits anytime, not just on Big Day of Giving. Because of this, you will want to make sure that you do not start instructing donors to donate too early. Only gifts made during early giving, beginning on April 21st, through Big Day of Giving on May 5th, will be counted towards your BDOG total. Also remember that if you have questions, there are a lot of places you can turn to. You can ask a mentor, look in the user guide and other resources in the toolkit, get ideas from the Facebook Learning community, or even email us at bdog@sacreachcf.org.
As a final note, because of the large number of participants, we are not able to accept phone calls or visits to our office related to Big Day of Giving. We are a super small team, so please email us if you have any questions and we will be sure to respond as quickly as we're able.
Thank you so much for choosing to be a part of this special event and for all the important work that you do in our community. We are so excited to work with you.